Nation.
Yo, what's good interweb? It's that guy. It's knotlocks, not nation. No, I'm actually here just doing a video on Canada's very own Justin Bieber. Some viewers had asked if Bieber was upkeeping his hairdo with the locks these days, and to no surprise, we've learned that he isn't. And just like the other times he's gotten dreadlocks, this is a reoccurring situation where he'll get dreads for a few weeks and then just shave them out or comb them out. So we know Bieber is not really down for that lock culture, for the longevity. He's kind of just vulturing the culture for content. He's vulturing the content for his music videos. And I realize now that that whole dreadlock scenario came into play because of his music video with DJ Khaled. Because that whole video was pretty much themed around Miami, and I realized now that the dreadlocks and the look that he had going on was a real Miami vibe that he was doing, and essentially it was just like a wardrobe for that music video. Looking at his Instagram page, there is a few other instances where he started to do like different hairstyles with his locks that he had put in. The locks that he was rocking for the past month were retwisted. Looks like there might have been a little bit of crocheted as well. The problem was that he was getting it retwisted like right down to the scalp, and it made for a very patchy, scalpy look. And for his hair type, like, it didn't look good. And I'll be honest, no, regardless of the hair type, I don't really find that the patchy scalpiness like looks really good anymore. I used to like it. I used to love that look. Now that I've attained it, experienced it, I realize that it's all about mainly pain when you're getting that look. It's just painful. I can't support it on my own self. But Bieber was making some hairstyles work while he had his locks in play. He did like a China bumps look where he had these little bumps kind of all over his head. He also did the pigtail look on both sides of his head, coming out the sides and the back. He did the bandana look for a little bit, and he was getting them retwisted a little bit as well. I do have one favorite photo of his locks where they looked pretty good. Just a few weeks ago, they were at his peak. They were actually starting to mature very well, considering from the time that he had them put in, which was around April 25th, the locks were in. So he went from April to May. He pretty much had them for a month. And within a month, they did start to mature a little bit, but definitely not long enough. And with him doing this for the second time now, I kind of feel like it's not going to be any surprise if we see him grow his hair out, and another year from now, he decides to do the locks again before going back to the shaved head. And a lot of people do this. A lot of people will be like, have long hair for years, and then they decide that they don't want the long hair anymore, so they want to cut it off. But before they cut their hair, they decide to dread it. And it is a good time to dread your hair before you shave it off, because why not? You need to have that extra length anyways. You need to have that allocated time to grow your hair out to get the locks there. So if anyone does have long hair and they don't have dreads yet and they're deciding to cut it off, go for the locks first before you decide to actually do that. But I don't know, I just feel like Bieber's locks, like, they were looking pretty good. I didn't like the look of the twists right down to the scalp. Kind of showed too much forehead on Bieber's repertoire, but I'm happy that he did find himself and he shaved his head down. I don't know if too many people liked his hairstyle. A lot of people saying, what is this hair? Please take them things out. A lot of people didn't like his hair. But yeah, Bieber's look, definitely looking a lot better with the shaved head. I don't know, so kind of like what we know the guy for. Just keep it simple, and people won't be so offended with Bieber's hairstyle when it's shaved like this. Even though there's nothing really to get offended about. I mean, if he wants to wear China bumps, or if he wants to wear pigtails in his locks, like, if he wants to retwist his locks, like, whatever, he can do whatever he wants, right? But what we're essentially here to do is just love each other and help each other get locks. And we're not here to tear anybody down. You know, we're not here to tear anybody down on their decisions on how or why they have locks. I'm just happy to see people embracing the culture, and I'm happy to see people like Bieber pushing the culture a little bit more. When people like him show locks off, it does help our community out. It does help it out because it gets the awareness out there a bit more. It gets them more exposure. And in this time of life, I definitely feel like dreadlocks have the most exposure than they've ever had in the history of humanity, strictly because of celebrity culture, social media culture, and the internet in general has just blown up the connections and the accessibility of attaining knowledge about how to grow locks ourselves. So I just find it's very important for us to communicate with each other, how we love our locks, how we grow our locks, different techniques that we use, and to be encouraging and to be supporting of each other, to make sure that we stay with our journeys, to stay with our progression and our dedication. Because if we don't, how are we gonna get to the Million Dread March? How are we gonna host a Million Dread March one day if there's no locks ever to be existing anymore? So let's keep on pushing the culture. Tell your friends to get locks. Tell your parents to get locks. Maybe your siblings have some hair that's longer, they wanna lock it up. We are here to encourage them. If they need some help, or if you need some help, definitely show them to this channel here at Knot Nation. You can sub down below where we do dreadlock related content on a daily basis. Essentially just building the community of dreadheads out there, because personally, I would love to meet a million dreads one day. I would love to see a million dreads in my life. Just to chop it up, take up some photos, share their experiences, and that's what we're here at doing at Knot Nation on a daily basis. So I appreciate you guys stopping by here on the channel. Let me know in the comments below what you think about Bieber's decision to cut his locks off, and definitely help support the channel by just liking this video. Leave a comment down below, engage in the family, and if you really want to help support, hit the link to that merch shop in the description. But anyways, I'm gonna sign off. Peace out, one love, stay happy and Nazi, and I'll see you guys in the next dreadlock update. So I'm gone. Adios.